Louis Vuitton boss Bernard Arnault remains richest man in the world with a $233 billion fortune as number of billionaires hits its highest ever, with Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos second and third. Record year with 2,781 billionaires noted worldwide, as US and China swells. French businessman and investor Bernard Arnault retained his position as the world's richest man on Forbes' billionaires list this year, increasing his lead on social media and e-commerce behemoths Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, and Mark Zuckerberg to amass a staggering £233 billion fortune. Overseeing the LVMH luxury fashion empire of 75 brands and cosmetics labels, including Louis Vuitton, Sephora, and Tiffany & Co., the 75-year-old from Roubaix, France was worth an estimated $22 billion more than he was 12 months ago, according to Forbes calculations. Arnault enjoyed record success with the conglomerate into 2024, adding some $22 billion to his personal wealth and putting him $38 billion above runner-up Elon Musk, whose fortune climbed a more modest $15 billion up to $195 billion this year. The Tesla and SpaceX founder, who acquired Twitter in October 2022, continues to battle for second place with Amazon founder Jeff Bezos. The latter had an estimated personal wealth of $194 billion this year as Forbes recorded the highest number of billionaires worldwide ever. Mark Zuckerberg filled the fourth spot, coming in behind ex-owner Musk as the second richest social media owner, despite Meta's ownership of Facebook, Instagram, Threads and WhatsApp among others. Zuckerberg nonetheless saw a meteoric rise through 2023, his fortune up some $116 billion thanks to Meta stock nearly tripling amid cost-cutting layoffs and ventures into AI and the metaverse. Larry Ellison, Chief Technology Officer at software company Oracle, is the entrepreneur in fifth place this year with an estimated person wealth of $141 billion. Again, the result is a marked success for the American businessman who last year was estimated to be worth $107 billion. A record-breaking 2,781 billionaires now lay claim to the title, up from 2,640 last year. Still reeling from post-pandemic complications with hiring, firing and supply chains, the number of global billionaires fell the year prior from 2,688. 2023 to 2024 was an especially big year for American investors, with 8 of the 10 richest people in the world from the U.S. Closing in on the top 10 were Spain's Amancio Ortega, of fashion brand Zara, in 13th, Mexico's Carlos Slim Helú and family, of Telecom, and France's François Bettencourt Myers and family, of L'Oréal. Michael Platt, co-founder and CEO of Bluecrest Capital Management, and James Ratcliffe, founder of chemical company Ineos Group, were the only 2 Brits to make the top 200 list, placing 104th and 111th with respective fortunes of $18 billion and $16.5 billion. The U.S. now boasts a record 813 billionaires worth a combined $5.7 billion. China reports the second highest number of billionaires worldwide, with 473, though they are worth a combined $1.7 trillion. 2024 also saw a number of newcomers on the scene, with Taylor Swift reporting a net worth of more than $1 billion for the first time in her career, after 17 years climbing to the top of pop. By popularity, George Lucas, Steven Spielberg and Michael Jordan topped the list of fan-favorite billionaires, recording personal fortunes of $5.5 billion, $4.8 billion and $3.2 billion respectively. 1. Bernard Arnault, France. $233 billion, LVMH empire. Bernard Arnault, now 75, became the world's richest man last year after his net worth exceeded $200 billion. His fortunes have only grown since, swelling to a massive $233 billion in the space of 12 months. Arnault, who began his career with the strategic acquisition of struggling conglomerate Boussac Saint Frères in 1984, has gone from strength to strength in recent years, benefiting from a huge uptick from $76 billion to $150 billion between 2020 and 2021 and riding out the turbulent years since with steady growth. The investor and art collector claimed the top spot in 2022 when shares of LVMH climbed 35% and he pulled in revenues of $21.7 billion, or 20 billion euros. In January that year, LVMH made a huge luxury fashion business deal after acquiring Tiffany & Company for $15.8 billion, while Arnault then promoted his son to leadership of the American jeweler. Arnault lives in a stunning 150-year-old castle in northwest Saint-Emilion in Bordeaux, France, that has belonged to the billionaire's family since 1998, while he also owns stunning home in the ultra-prestigious Les Parcs de Saint-Tropez enclave. 2. Elon Musk, United States. $195 billion, Tesla, SpaceX, X. Elon Musk was unsettled from the top spot of Forbes' annual list last year following his decision to purchase Twitter, now X, for $44 billion. In their analysis, Forbes noted that while Tesla and SpaceX were still going from strength to strength, X was struggling to attain the same success and revenues it had built up under its previous administration. To date, Musk still owns about 12% of Tesla excluding options. Earlier this year, a Delaware judge voided his 2018 deal to receive options worth an extra 9% of the car company. Forbes chose to discount the options by 50% pending the result of Musk's appeal in their calculations. While Twitter, now worth an estimated 70% of what it cost Musk in October 2022, has caused Musk problems, SpaceX is thriving, quintupling its value in 4 years, according to Forbes. Musk's net worth soared from an estimated $24.6 billion in 2020 to £151 billion in 2021, peaking at $219 billion in 2022 before falling to $180 billion last year. The climb of $15 billion marks a small but steady recovery for the 52-year-old. Read more, inside Elon Musk's Twitter revolution. 3. Jeff Bezos, United States. $194 billion, Amazon. Jeff Bezos stepped down as CEO of Amazon in 2021, 27 years after founding the e-commerce behemoth in his garage in 1994. It came 2 years after divorcing his wife Mackenzie in 2019, handing her a quarter of his then 16% stake in the company. Since then, Bezos has been pictured kicking back on his $500 million superyacht in popular destinations around the world with girlfriend Lauren Sanchez, and donated a fair portion of his wealth to nonprofits in 2023. Still, the 60-year-old continues to amass a huge personal wealth, jumping from $114 billion in 2023 to $194 billion this year. Bezos is said to be one of the investors in Altos Labs, a biotechnology company looking to extend the human lifespan by stopping or even reversing the aging process. The company raised $3 billion in a funding round in January 2022 and is said to be recruiting a large cadre of top scientists with lavish salaries to push the limits of scientific research. 4. Mark Zuckerberg, United States. $177 billion, Meta. The Zuck did not even make the top 10 list last year, but has recorded massive growth with investment into AI and other innovative technologies in recent years. In 2023, the Facebook co-founder was worth an estimated $64.4 billion, but this year shot up to $177 billion, nearly trebling his personal wealth. It follows a shift in direction, overseeing a name change to Meta in 2021 meant to reflect a push towards the metaverse. While the idea of wandering around in a virtual space together may not yet have replaced your holiday plans and meeting requests, Meta has also taken on a new role as the proprietor of Instagram and WhatsApp. Threads may have been a bust, but WhatsApp remains the most popular messaging app in the world, with nearly 3 billion unique active users worldwide in 2023. 5. Larry Ellison, United States. $141 billion, Oracle. Larry Ellison's continued investment in software giant Oracle has seen the entrepreneur's personal wealth climb steadily in recent years, since receiving a boost at the start of the pandemic, between 2020 and 2021. Ellison co-founded the American firm in 1977 but stepped back as CEO in 2014 after 37 years in the role. Today, he remains chairman and CTO. Ellison's wealth was reported to have declined between 2015 and 2016, down from $54 billion to $43.6 billion. His fortunes have changed in the years since, following an astronomical climb from $59 billion to $93 billion between 2020 and 2021. In 2019, Oracle announced it was joining forces with former rival Microsoft, seen as a move intended to allow the group to compete with other online services including Amazon and Google. Oracle went on to acquire Live Data Utilities in 2020, AI and automation tools company Federos in 2021, and parts of SmartVid.io in 2022. In February 2023, the company announced it was planning to invest $1.5 billion into Saudi Arabia amid the country's bold ambitions to diversify its economy and venture into new tech-driven spaces. Oracle today boasts a revenue of $48 billion with a huge $131.6 billion in assets. 6. Warren Buffett, United States. $133 billion, Berkshire Hathaway. Warren Buffett, a mainstay on most of the lists of the world's richest people, placed sixth this year, worth an estimated $133 billion. The American investor and philanthropist is the oldest on Forbes' list, aged 93, and began his career with the founding of Buffett Partnership Limited as long ago as 1956. As chairman and largest shareholder of Berkshire Hathaway since 1970, the Oracle has become renowned worldwide for his successful decisions and care with money. As one of the most successful investors of all time, he owns dozens of companies including Geico, Duracell, and Dairy Queen. Despite his reported frugality in business, Buffett has shared plans to give away 99% of his wealth, mainly through the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. Reflecting his work ethic and values, he once remarked, "I want to give my kids just enough so that they would feel that they could do anything, but not so much that they would feel like doing nothing." As of last year, Buffett had given $50 billion to charitable causes, more than his entire estimated wealth in 2006. In 2023, he also topped the list for charity donations. 7. Bill Gates, United States. $128 billion, Microsoft. Fellow philanthropist and entrepreneur Bill Gates took the number 7 spot in 2024, worth an estimated $128 billion. Gates, the founder of Microsoft, has diversified his fortune into dozens of holdings, including waste disposal firm Republic Services, Forbes noted. The 68-year-old, who famously dropped out of Harvard to pursue his business ambitions with the late Paul Allen, owned just 1.3% of Microsoft's shares when he stepped back from the board in 2020. But smart investments held by family office Cascade Investments have ensured Gates remains on all the top lists, while giving away billions in charitable donations. Founding the Gates Foundation with his ex-wife Melinda Gates, he donated roughly $59 billion to the organization whose other patrons include Warren Buffett. The foundation recently announced it would spend $8.6 billion in 2024, its largest budget to date, aided by a $20 billion donation by Gates in 2022. It also plans to increase its spend to $9 billion next year, and then hold it at that level. A report from Oxfam International, released during the World Economic Forum's annual meeting in Davos, Switzerland, previously found that the fortunes of the world's 5 richest men have doubled since 2020 and that the increasing concentration of wealth could yield the first trillionaire in the next decade. Jeff Bezos overtook him in 2018 to become the world's richest person. 8. Steve Ballmer, United States. $121 billion, Microsoft. Steve Ballmer, the CEO of Microsoft between 2000 and 2014, also grew his fortune to a colossal $121 billion in 2023. Ballmer joined the company in 1980 and ran the company through a period of instability before retiring in 2014 to embark on a number of different ventures. Ballmer now owns the Los Angeles Clippers, bought in 2014 for $2 billion and now worth an estimated $4.65 billion. He also donated some $425 million to the University of Oregon in 2022 to create an institute aimed at supporting the behavioral and mental health needs of local children. Ballmer and family have given away as much as $3.5 billion to date, according to Forbes. Like his peers, the Stanford dropout saw a huge climb in the last 12 months, up from an estimated personal worth of $80.7 billion in 2023. 9. Mukesh Ambani, India. $116 billion, Reliance. Mukesh Ambani from India placed 9th this year, worth an estimated $116 billion. Ambani chairs and runs Reliance Industries, which has interests in petrochemicals, oil and gas, telecom, retail and financial services, Forbes notes. His company has pledged to invest as much as $80 billion into renewable energy and a new complex over the next 10 to 15 years. Reliance was founded by Ambani's late father, who started out as a small textile manufacturer in 1966. Today, its broadband branch services nearly 500 million customers. Ambani also owns the Indian Premier League franchise Mumbai Indians and founded the Indian Super League Football League. He lives at the Antilia, a residence with values recorded as high as $4.6 billion. 10. Larry Page, United States. $114 billion, Google. Larry Page, the former managing director of Google, placed 10th this year with a personal fortune valued at $114 billion. Page founded Google in 1998 with fellow Stanford student Sergey Brin and remained in post as CEO until 2001. He returned as CEO of Alphabet, Google's parent firm, in 2011 until 2015, before stepping down in 2019. Page remains in key positions and has overseen a huge jump in wealth from $79.2 billion in 2023. Page's personal fortune took a dive between 2022 and 2023 before making a strong recovery by the time of the latest calculations.